Welcome everyone to Redox Nurse Talk tonight, and we're glad you took time out of your night to come and learn about this breakthrough technology. My name is Cindy Reed, and I live in the Nashville area, and my co-host is usually Doria Stewart, but Doria is a little under the weather tonight, so we're sending our prayers to her. First of all, I want to state our disclaimer that what you're going to see tonight does not diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. It just increases the cellular communication throughout your body in order for your body to heal itself. So with that being said, we have a wonderful guest tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to show a short video for any of you that have not seen this technology and not sure what this is about. We did open up the chat, so we are going to allow questions in the chat that Tammi can answer afterwards, after we do the interview. So go ahead and place those as you think of them, and we'll address them afterwards. So let's share our screen, and we're going to watch Alan Noble's realredoxresults.com intro video, and you can go there and search over 150 testimonials in various categories. So let's get going here. Okay. All right, hang on. For some reason. All right, hold on. Let's go back. I cannot get to the start button. There it is.
Hello, my name is Alan Noble. I've been involved in the health and wellness industry for over 30 years, and I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to introduce you to a cutting-edge health technology that we call Asea Redox. Asea Redox represents a new category in health and wellness that for 2 decades science had declared was impossible. It could not be done. And yet today, health and medical experts around the world are calling Asea Redox one of the single greatest health science breakthroughs of our lifetime. Now, a great place to get started is to get clear on what Asea Redox is not. It's not a vitamin, a mineral, an antioxidant supplement. It's not an exotic juice, essential oil, or a CBD oil. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. I'm just saying they're not Asea Redox. This technology goes beyond nutrition. It goes beyond ingredients, and yet it has the power to impact your health at a depth that no other supplement has ever come close to achieving. For many people, Asea Redox is the missing link to better health and vitality. Now, to understand this technology, you've got to realize that your body is the most complex communication network on Earth. Every second of every day, your cells are signaling and communicating critical messages for health, healing, and repair. If there's any breakdown in that signaling, you cannot achieve your full health potential. You see, this signaling impacts every system, every organ, every function of your body. You could say that if your cells can't signal, then little else matters. Now, you've probably heard it said that we live and die at the cellular level. If you want a healthy heart, have healthy heart cells. If you want healthy lungs, have healthy lung cells. Well, as science looks deeper inside your 75 trillion cells, they've discovered a very special set of molecules called redox signaling molecules. These are the molecules that you make that are absolutely foundational for healthy cell signaling throughout your body. However, here's the challenge. With age, diet, stress, toxins, we begin to make less of these redox signaling molecules. And it's about 10% decline every decade. So by age 50, you've about half the signaling that you had when you were younger. And as a result, things just don't work like they used to. You begin to see, you begin to feel the effects of aging. A simple example. Imagine your home's on fire and you call the fire department, and they're there with the big red truck, the firefighters, the fire hose. They've got everything they need to put out this fire, but what if you have a bad cell signal? They don't get the message. They don't know what the problem is, where the problem is, how serious the problem is, and your home goes up in smoke. Well, it's the same with your health. So let me ask you a very powerful question. What if? What if you could amplify and clarify this critical cell signal and empower your body to work like it's supposed to? That would be a game changer. So introducing Asea Redox, the world's first and only cell signaling supplement powered by high energy redox signaling molecules. And since this technology is backed by 7 patents and over 1,000 trade secrets, there's no other supplement like it in the world. Now, not only is Asea Redox a cell signaling technology, but it also signals at the profound depths of the genetic level. In an 8-week study, it was found that drinking Asea Redox could increase 5 important gene signaling pathways by up to 31%, positively impacting 5 major areas of health: immune function, inflammatory response, cardiovascular health, digestive health, and even hormone balance. It's also been shown that Asea Redox significantly impacts the NRF2 pathway, which is the master switch that signals the production of the most powerful antioxidants known to man, including the master antioxidant glutathione. Now, 2 separate university studies showed that Asea Redox increases NRF2 activation by up to 60%, resulting in an increase of glutathione production by up to 55%. So although Asea Redox is not your traditional antioxidant supplement, its impact on antioxidant health is nothing short of astonishing. Now, this is just one key on the Asea piano. Asea Redox is much more than an NRF2 activator or an antioxidant supplement. Remember, signaling impacts every system, every organ, every function of your body. If your cells can't signal, then little else matters. So at this point, let's hear what health and medical professionals are saying about the Asea Redox breakthrough.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
Asea actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with Asea is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
So hopefully you're beginning to see why this technology is being hailed as one of the most significant health science breakthroughs of our lifetime. It's empowering people to feel better than ever before. For many, it is the missing link to better health and vitality. And it's not just health. Athletes are experiencing improvements in endurance, strength, and recovery, beating personal bests and breaking documented world records. In a university study, mice drinking Asea Redox for only 7 days ran 29% further to exhaustion due to significant metabolic shifts in their bodies as they started to burn more fat as fuel. And so amateur athletes all the way to Olympic athletes are enjoying the Asea athletic advantage. Now, after another 5 years of research and development, the scientists behind Asea Redox were able to develop Renew 28, a topical gel that is infused with these powerful high energy redox signaling molecules. So you've probably heard it said that seeing is believing. Well, when Renew 28 is applied to the skin, it results in a healthy, clear complexion, tighter, younger looking skin, while dramatically reducing wrinkles, stretch marks, cellulite, and many other signs of aging. It also improves skin cell renewal rates and increases skin cell blood flow. We also discovered that when you apply Renew 28 to anywhere that hurts, ideally 3 applications in 5 minutes, over 90% of people notice a significant reduction in their discomfort. Now, I do want to point out that we have continued to expand our range of redox signaling products to include an intensive redox serum for those little trouble spots, and then more recently the redox clay mask, combining our redox signaling gel with an ultra pure bentonite clay. And so headed up by the big blue bottle, this is our cell signaling product division. However, we have 4 product divisions in total. We offer a very clean and effective skincare system called Renew Advanced, high-quality bioavailable nutritionals called Asea Via, and more recently, fun functional beverages called Cell Performance that address fatigue, brain fog, stress, as well as a vegan amino acid formula that helps your body build its own valuable collagen. Now, of course, the purpose of this video was to introduce you to our remarkable cell signaling technology. Now, we have other videos and websites that go a lot deeper into this health science breakthrough. But for now, I would encourage you to explore some of the other videos on this website. This is where you're going to hear how this technology has impacted people's lives. And some of these stories are absolutely astonishing. Real people sharing real redox results. So this is Alan Noble thanking you for your time today, and bye for now.
All right, if you ever have questions about the video, go back to the person that invited you to this and they can explain more about this. But tonight our guest is Tammi Gates, and Tammi and her husband Chuck live in Helena, Montana, and they have 3 adult children with grandchildren. And as a former hairdresser turned banker, turned EMT and flight medic, Tammi would do anything to help their family get by financially. When their adult children were in grade school, Chuck convinced Tammi to join him in network marketing. Now Tammi has been a professional network marketing for 34 years. Chuck and Tammi started their Asea career with the launch of Asea in 2009. With tens of thousands of people on their team, their business spans all 34 countries. I'm not sure what we're in now. We've opened up a few more recently. And so all their business expands into the 34 countries. Chuck and Tammi are $10 million club earners in Asea. That's amazing. They walk the talk of the old saying, help enough people get what they want in life, and you can have everything that you want in life. And that's so true. And I love that, Tammi. Tammi, I appreciate you coming on tonight and taking your time, because obviously you're a very busy lady if you have tens of thousands of people. So we're honored that you came on tonight. But I want to just start you with a question. Tell us how you were introduced to this technology, and maybe share some of the testimonies that maybe you or your family members have had.
Oh, you bet. You bet. So thank you for inviting me to be your guest here. You guys, extremely honored. So thank you so much. I think I might even go back a step farther to that day when Chuck convinced me to join him in network marketing, because I was raised to build your resume, right? Get a good job, have great work ethic, then maybe get a promotion so that you could add to your resume and then go find a better job. And so that's how I was raised. And so when Chuck and I got married nearly 45 years ago now, I set about building Chuck's resume. And so I was always after him, you already have good work ethic, Chuck, so let's build your resume and get you a better job. And Chuck is a raised from the heart entrepreneur. And I don't remember this, but he says, I told him, Chuck, you're not an entrepreneur, you're just always in the manure. And so that's why I would do anything to help us get by so that he could chase his dream. And I remember sitting with the newspaper one day telling Chuck, well, look, here's this job. You could do this. You'd be good at this. Or here's this job. It only takes you away from the family this amount of hours. And he slammed his hand on the kitchen table and he said, doggone it, Tammy, if you throw your talents in here with me, with my dream, you'll never have to work another day in your life. So Chuck went to work that morning and I went to the copy shop, and everything he had been bringing home from network marketing, I decided I was going to help him prospect. And so that was my dipping my toe into network marketing, and we were pretty successful for the next 18 years. But the company that we chose made bad decisions from the corporate on down, and our income went down with it. So when we found Asea, when they were launching in 2010, we had 17 credit cards that were all maxed out to the
Tammy, did we lose you?
so I don't even know how we got 17 credit cards. We were behind on our mortgage more than even most Americans owe on their house, because our former company had built us this big house, and no clue how we were going to pay for retirement. And by this time we were in our mid-50s. And so our sponsor called us late one night, 2 nights before Christmas, on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock at night. Like, who does that, right? But she did, because she knew our history. What she didn't know was our financial condition. And what else she didn't know is that about 8 years before that night, I had broke my back in kind of a freakish snowmobile accident where Chuck and I wrecked our snowmobile. And even though I healed from the hurt and discomfort of all of that, I could not find a comfortable way to sleep at night. And so I tossed and turned all night long, every single night for years and years. And I even, one night before I got into bed, I even looked at my bed and talked to it. I spoke to my bed and I said, I don't know how I'm going to meet up with you for the next 30, 40, or 50 years, 365 nights a year. Because I could not even imagine what it would feel like to be old and not sleep. And so we obviously jumped into Asea with both feet because of the business end of things, but we also loved a number of other things about Asea. And now I call these my non-negotiables. And the first thing we loved was that the product had zero competition. You couldn't get it anywhere else on the planet, nowhere. You couldn't find it in your corner grocery store. You couldn't find it online. You couldn't find redox signaling molecules in any competing company. And so that we loved it about that. We loved that it was a patented product with trade secrets that worked. It had proven science behind it. We loved the corporate leadership. And we may get into this later, but we loved their ethics and their experience. We loved the timing of the product into the marketplace, and we loved the compensation plan. So like I said, we jumped in with both feet. We began to share the product with friends and family. I, at that time, had a 3-year-old grandson who was beginning to show signs of being on the autism spectrum. And the way we actually detected it and noticed it was he began to pull away from all of us emotionally, and he began to withdraw, and he wouldn't, all the other kids had run up into our laps and hug us and be glad to see us, and he would come into the house and wander off. And even with my daughter and her husband, his mommy and daddy. And so we immediately got him onto the product. By the time he got into school, however, he was in like a specialized class with specialized teachers in kindergarten. So we upped his dose of Asea, and it wasn't too long after that they mainstreamed him into class. And when he would come visit, he would come with arms open wide and just land in our laps. And so, yeah, so the product can't be compared with anyone else. So like I said, we jumped in with both feet. And our former company, or people say, yeah, you got to where you are because of all the people that you know in this industry. But our former company required us to sign a non-compete clause. So we were not allowed to speak to anybody in that company or on our team. So we started over at ground level, just like everybody else does, just like you do, with the belief in the company and the product.
That's awesome, Tammy. Well, it sounds like you have a secret to get to where you are for sure. So when you're talking to people about this, how do you describe this? If someone just asks you, what is this? Just tell me what it is. What would you
In
say?
very simple layman terms, I don't get into science. I just say, your body is a miracle, and it was created to fix itself. Like if you get a cut, your cut fixes itself, right?
Mhm.
And it's due to a special molecule in your body. And that molecule tells everybody else to shape up or ship out. That's it. And all we're doing is increasing the amount of the quantity of that very special molecule in your body. And now you can even use it topically.
I like that, short and sweet.
Yeah.
So how do you handle people, and I'm sure you've never had anyone like this, but how do you handle people that, laugh or say, it's just network marketing or it's just salt water? What do you say?
Well, I find out, do you want to know more? I can help educate you by sending you to some links and some websites and some science websites, or are you just not interested? Right? So I let them determine where they are. In fact, I usually always say this phrase before they become negative on me. I usually always say, at this point, most people, because it's kind of a psychological thing, because everyone's thinking, well, I'm most people, right? So I say, at this point, most people fall into one of three categories. The first category is they instantly want these molecules in their body and they want to be my customer. The second category is not only that, but they know other people, or they might want to earn an income off of sharing this technology. And the third category is, I just need more info. So I ask them, which category do you fall into? And even those negative people will say, I need more info.
I like that because you don't give them the option to opt out at that point.
Exactly. Yes.
So they can opt out after they've gotten the extra information if they want, but at least you're giving them another opportunity. So, and this kind of plays into the next question. How did you build this business so massively? I mean, do you know people in all these other countries, or explain how that works?
Yeah, that's a good question. I do not know people in all these countries. Like, for example, we had a really good friend in North Carolina who was off doing other network marketing projects. And I just texted him one day and I said, hey, it is what you're doing where you are you having fun? And he texted me back and said, no. And what are you talking about? So we filled him in, we brought him onto the team. He knows a guy with network marketing experience in Australia. So that's how we moved into Australia, who, if you know Australia, they're very connected to Hong Kong and Asia, Malaysia, New Zealand. And so our business just morphed out from there because it's not who you know, it's who other people know and moving into other people's networks. But I have to say, Cindy, that we do focus on people who are entrepreneurs and people who have been involved in network marketing in some way in the past, whether they were successful or not. At least we don't have to try and convince them about our business model. So we don't, Chuck likes to say, we don't hang out under a handicap sign looking for sick people, right? We hang out where entrepreneurs hang out, and we look for former network marketers, people who love, know, and trust our business model.
Now, do you join any entrepreneurial Facebook pages? I know there's a lot of groups on there, so I'm assuming you do that.
I'm
as
getting
well.
more and more active in doing that, as well as some of the other countries that we are involved in and opening. So for example, we just opened Japan, not for resale, which means you only use the product for your own personal use. And so I am trying to make friends on social media who are Japanese, because working social media is really no different than working at the cafe or in your local town. It's just making friends.
That's true. So many people blow off the network marketing model. But when I was looking into this or looking into research about network marketing, I found that 3/4 of millionaires have that entrepreneurial spirit, or they're small business owners. So why would you not look into something where the startup cost, at least with us, is very minimal? It's not like a brick and mortar where you have to take out a loan, you have to hire people, you have to make sure they show up. You control when you work, where you work. And like I said, our cost to join is so minimal. So do you find people open if you approach it that way, Tammy?
Yes, absolutely. And I find that there are entrepreneurs who have never heard of network marketing either, but they still have they have a desire for something different. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, maybe isn't their dream, or they want more financially, but they have something in them that's an entrepreneurial spirit. They might be making birdhouses in their garage or trying to sell something online. And so those people, to me, are ideal people as well. And if you look at it, that you're not trying to build your team, you're not trying to enroll someone so you can make a bigger paycheck. You really have an answer for them. You have something very, very special for them. And if you go with the gift, you'll be more successful than if you go with ambition.
And I'm like you. I like the fact that we're helping people, and it's not just about a product. We're not selling um, shoes or the latest jewelry or anything like that. We're selling things that add value to people in more than one way. I mean, whether it's their health or financial or just even with the company, I think we obviously know that or our leaders add value to us just by building us up, by building us and developing us as people.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of everything there. What would be your best advice to someone wanting to build this business? If you could give them one tip, what would you tell them to do?
I would say plug into your upline, plug into the tools and the resources that are available. Don't try and build it by yourself. Don't try and recreate the wheel. Because the tools that are out here for us to use are magic, and they've been refined over the years. And so reach out to your upline, find their favorite tools, and then begin to use them.
Okay. What's your favorite tool? Just curious.
Anything Alan Noble creates.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I thought you had something else.
And no, I just saw a question in the chat.
Yeah, I was go ahead.
Okay, so Dawn asks, as an avid RVer, when you present the product at RV parks, what are seniors' most health concerns? And Dawn must know we are avid RVers. In fact, we're just shipping our RV south of the wind and snow next week and going to join it right after Christmas and be gone until April. And so here's what I know about RVers or anybody retired, even you guys. I've learned that people our age lose purpose when they retire. Not everyone, but a lot of people do. They don't have, I mean, their work and their job, it was their life. Their career was their life, right? And now they really don't have, or they're bored. A lot of RVers and a lot of retired people are now bored. And so an Asea business gives them purpose and something to do. Health concerns, you know, we all have them. We're aging, so any aging health concern is what people have. But when we go south for the winter, I love to introduce people to something. In fact, my kind of my brand on social media is that I help retirees create a lucrative second income filled with purpose without sacrificing time freedom. And so that's what people are looking for, Dawn.
I like that. And so many people, I see it with retired and people that I work with the elderly population. Once you do stop working, you feel like that was your purpose. I mean, your kids are grown, you're not raising children. And so they sit, they stop moving, they watch TV, they don't get out as often. And of course, your health will start failing. So everybody needs a purpose up until the point to the day you die. You need a purpose. So you need to find that purpose, whether it's Asea, not necessarily, but you do need to find a purpose.
Yep.
So you spoke briefly a little bit about the culture of the company. Tell us a little bit more about that and what it means to you. What is this company? How is this company different? Because you've done other network marketing companies. How is this one different?
In today's economic climate, network marketing companies, a lot of them are struggling. And so a lot of network marketing companies are abandoning the network marketing model. And they're moving to an affiliate model, which basically means if you're a leader like Chuck and I, you lose your team and your team income. And I was actually on a leader call today where the leadership of Asea committed to the network marketing model. They voiced out loud they are not abandoning the network marketing model because of a paycheck or their bottom line. They are committed to protect the field and the field's business, and they are committed to growing the field's business. That means you guys and us guys, right? So I think that says a lot about our corporate leadership and their ethics. So that kind of talks about our culture at Asea. For ever since Asea started, our corporate leadership talks about this concept of P over E, where P stands for principles and ethics, and E stands for ego and economics. And they commit to making decisions based on people and their principles, not on people's egos and not on the company's economics. So I think that says a lot about our culture as well. I've spent the last 10 years or so on a top field leadership advisory council to corporate. And so I have a perspective of Asea from the top field leadership and watching them make decisions and interact with each other and readily and willingly want input from the field about decisions that they're going to make, but then go to the drawing board and go back and powwow and make good decisions based on their experience. You know, Cindy, our corporate leadership has hundreds of years of experience running massive companies, both in and out of network marketing. And so that's why I speak so highly of our corporate leadership, because you don't want to just jump into the newest, greatest, latest thing unless you really know the heart of the company.
Well, it goes back to the Genesis video. For anyone that's not seen how the company got started, it's mind-blowing. It brings tears to your eyes, just the decisions that they made at the beginning. And Barbara actually stole my question. So she said, you met Vertus. What inspires you most about him?
Hey, Barbara. I think what inspires me most is that at retirement age, beyond retirement age, Vertus decided to start Asea, but he decided to start it because he wanted to build a legacy. Working at Kraft Foods as a strategic person at Kraft Foods, he had no legacy. And he wanted to build something that will pay people beyond his reach or his lifetime. And so that's, I think that's a pretty tall order for all of us to live up to, right?
It is. I just wish I'd had the opportunity to meet him before he stepped out of the business. Last question. So, and again, if anyone has questions, go ahead and type those in the chat for Tammi. So obviously you've done well financially with this and the money that you've earned, the teams that you've built, and I know you give great support because I just know the kind of person you are. Tell us about one of the latest benefits you've experienced from Asea, like maybe a trip.
Yeah, we just got home from a bucket list trip like 2-3 weeks ago. I brought home lifelong memories, amazing adventures, and COVID. But I'm over that now. All I have left is this crazy residual cough. But we went to Dubai. I've always wanted to see Dubai. I didn't know a whole lot about it. I was telling Cindy earlier that Dubai is only about 50 years old. And the Sheikh of Dubai has a saying that I think we should adopt it as Asea Associates. And his motto is, if you can imagine it, nothing is impossible. And so think about your business, think about your team. If you can imagine it, nothing is impossible. And he has built the most amazing city. It doesn't matter where we went or what we visited. It was the highest building, the fastest elevator, the deepest water, the heaviest boat, the most expensive shop. I mean, it was, he really strove to be the top in the world. And that was really inspiring to me, was if you can imagine it, nothing is impossible. But as you may know, Asea has some pretty amazing opportunities and trips coming up for you guys to earn. You can earn a trip to Cancun to Asea's convention. You can earn a cruise to the Bahamas for the Ascent trip. You can earn a trip to Edinburgh, Scotland at the Waldorf Astoria for the next diamond experience. And you know what? Just pull out all the stops. Imagine it and then go after it.
I know I'm ready to do some traveling, but it's like we talked about, and so many books that we've read that people have referred us to. You've got to see it in your mind. You've got to believe it or see your future self is actually one of the books. So I think there's a lot of truth in that. You really have to project forward into the future with your thoughts. And even put a visual up. I know Stacy puts a visual of the scent trip on her phone, and every time she opens her phone, there's the picture. So
Oh,
just things like
perfect.
that. Yeah, things like that to encourage. So any questions, any other questions for Tammy? I don't see any more in the chat.
Oh, how excited are you about the new product
Okay,
coming out in
there it is.
February? Oh my gosh. I have not got my hands on the product, but being on the Ad Council, I do have some insider info. And what I would do if I were you, I think the product, Cindy, is going to be around $60 to $65. And if I were you, I would PayPal that to your upline diamond or platinum who is attending a very private meeting on January 9th in Salt Lake City. They will be able to buy unlimited amounts of the new product, and you won't have to wait till February then. Include a little for shipping maybe. And what I'm hearing, okay, so you know that very science slide on Alan Noble's video that talked about the genetic pathways and the NRF2 gene and all of this? Well, this product targets a pathway, a very specific pathway where people will experience instant results, instant results. And so, you know, if you know anybody with any challenges or anything that hurts, pre-order with your upline diamond or platinum who's going to January 9th, because you won't be sorry. It will grow your business.
I'm so excited about that. So are you saying the product will be released in February? Is that what they're shooting for?
It will be released in February.
Okay, that's good to know. Did I miss any other questions? I think that's it. No one else has questions? Well, thank you so much, Tammy. This has been awesome. We appreciate your time. And everyone, we will upload this to our YouTube channel. It will be up tonight or in the morning. You can go back there and share it or rewatch it. But also get back to the person that introduced you to the Zoom tonight if you're new, and just get your questions answered. And you don't have anything to lose by trying this. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. However, I do encourage all the people I talk to about at least give it 90 days to 120. 3 to 6 months is where you'll really start to see some changes. And the only thing you have to lose are your health challenges. So look at it that way. We're going to pay for health one way or another. You're going to pay for it on the front end, and supplements can be expensive. This is not just a supplement. This is what's in your body already. Or you can pay for diseases afterwards. And I can tell you as a nurse, it's a lot more expensive to pay on the back end. So think really hard about this and what this can do. It can't hurt you, so give it a shot. So thank you everyone for coming tonight. Let me stop the recording.